Hello, here I am with the collective reading, collective channel. What I'm going to do, I'm going to read my channel as I write it down, and then we're going to chat because there's a lot to take in on this one. A lot of you, if you're spiritually or energetically open, you may already be feeling this, you will be seeing it in your reality, but this reading may just give you a little bit more clarity as to why and what's going on. So when I first kind of tapped into the collective energy, I was shown meteors coming down to our reality. And what these meteors represented was big energy and small energy, all different sizes, which create all different changes in your life. So the big meteors have like a tsunami effect where the biggest form of wave can be the biggest changes to our careers, to our living circumstances, our relationships, our finances, the things that really create massive change. Then you've got these little tiny meteors that come down and they almost hit the ground in a puddle and cause a splash onto our trousers, and we might see that it's there, but we may not see just how much those little ripples can affect the overall energy of our reality. So I'm going to keep reading. So you may be feeling a little bit under attack at the moment in life, like everything is hitting you all of a sudden. Now, it's not attack, it's just energy and change. But it can feel like it's bombarding your reality at the moment, and that's why it does almost feel like it's a negative rather than a positive. There's lots of change on its way. We're in the Lion's Gate. It's the biggest spiritual inner growth time of the year. Not my most favourite time of the year. We all feel it. We've all got big changes. We've all got big meteors or small meteors happening in our life. But it's how we flow with the change. It's what we learn from the changes. How we navigate it. How we hold ourselves. Where we have to be careful of our mind not racing. We have to keep in check with our emotions, keep checking in with ourselves and our hearts as we go. Our bodies might be feeling it physically as well as our energetic body certainly is. These changes are causing ripple effects in your life, whether you're aware of it or the outcome right now. There are big ripples, which are the bigger events we discussed, or minute ripples in your reality. They just may take longer to be seen or to understand the outcome. They're all bringing change. Change is such a scary word for some people. I always talk about the box. If you have an animal that's been stuck in a box, for them to just put one paw on the outside of the box it's crazy. It's really scary for them, and we are no different. Our minds are in a certain way of thinking, and to step outside of that can be really challenging. That's why what we know is a comfort, and to step outside of a comfort zone is really difficult sometimes. But you can't create change in your reality without stepping outside of the box, without going into the grey zone. The grey zone, we can hold a lot of fear in the grey zone, but we need to step into the grey zone for change, for growth, to expand our consciousness, to have more self-awareness. The grey zone is where the magic lies. We've got to let go of the fear. Now, like big ripples, some will feel overwhelming. The big changes always do. Some may be felt internally, some may be playing out externally. We're all on different journeys, and we're where how we navigate these energies will depend if you're going within and really questioning yourself as why is this happening, or how am I going to think about this, or it's going to be playing out in your external to force you, in a sense, to understand what's going on. I'm one of those. I need it to be really pushed in my face to be like, wake up at times, because I can be living on a cloud a little bit of the time. So we're being forced to step outside of the normal box. What I got shown is to step outside of the box is you gain more light. You bring more light into your aura, into your body. You shine more. And with each light that is shone, it will be too much for some around you. And this is where the ripple effects becomes collective. Bear with me. Okay, so the more you heal, the more your light shines. You find this inner happiness, this inner peace, and you keep shining brighter and brighter. You keep standing, you keep expanding your consciousness, you keep growing. Now that's a ripple effect. You're creating a ripple effect in your reality by growing, by shining your light. Everything is one. We are all connected. And so when I'm going through a change, what I create in the ripple is going to affect you and affect someone in your life. So if I bring you happiness on a day you're sad, that may bring you some happiness in the moment, and then you may bring that happiness to someone else in that moment, and so forth. If I'm projecting my unhappiness or sadness or my troubles into the world, then that's going to have a ripple effect onto the next person. And it depends on how that person takes on my energy to create a ripple effect in their journey. And this is why it's so important that we, on our journey of growth, we stick to our own lane. People can project onto you what they're going through, but this is where self-awareness really does matter, because you can kind of navigate, oh, hang on, is this something triggering me and that I have to heal, or is this just them projecting their own energy, and how much of that am I going to take on? Where are my boundaries? Where is your energetic boundaries, your physical boundaries? Your boundaries of how far will you allow your thoughts to travel, if it's yours or not. So this is where we're at. We're in a ripple effect of big and small energies hitting us through Lionsgate. I'm going to keep bringing it up because it is a month of change. I've always found it the biggest month of the year for change. And it's not easy at times, but it's how we push through and what we learn from it to grow for the next year ahead. Others may cause change and ripples in your life, but it's how you manage your own changes that matter. You will then go on to create your own ripples. So that's all I have for today. Be really mindful. Some of all of this is for your highest good. We do go through grief. Grief is something a little bit different. Grief is love, but on a whole, if you feel like the rug's been pulled out from underneath you, maybe it's time just to sit down and have a really big think of why, and kind of understand what may be rippling into your reality or rippling out. God bless.